Welcome in Karlsruhe. We have our time together for the WCC News. Good time to share with you with nice proposition to follow from all over the world. Hello, Anam, how are you?
I'm great, how are you?
Okay, also, yes, a bit stressed today.
Yes, I think a lot has been going on, but it's good so far.
Okay, so the program of today is, as usual, stories. But there is something new today. We have stories, but we shall also try, this is a live exercise, we shall also try a direct link with Sean, our colleague, somewhere here in the campus in Karlsruhe, somewhere, I think, near the prayer tent. But let's start, with the first story, which is called Ecumenical Sunday. So tell us more about it.
Yes, as you know, that yesterday was Sunday, and a lot of our delegates and participants, they were attending different worship ceremonies in different churches in Karlsruhe. So it was a very fascinating and interesting experience, you know, to witness and worship together, but in different places and in different churches in Karlsruhe. So I would like our viewers to see it for themselves.
Okay. Please.
Our world needs the testimonial, the common testimonial of all Christians and of all religions. Christ's love moves the world to reconciliation and unity. Love is the mother language of the church. Because God is love, and who abides in love abides in God, and God in him.
I think it's very important to have representatives of other churches in our church to remember us. We should remember us every single Sunday, that we should be one church because we have one Lord, one faith, and we should work on unity more than on our differences. It's very important.
Yeah, for me, I think it goes very well with the theme of this World Council of Churches on Reconciliation. And I'm very happy that this thing is taking place in the Catholic Church, a kind of invitation to us as a Catholic Church to work with others, to be reconciled, not to allow history of the past to divide us. In our diversity, we can work together, we can pray together, we can be together.
I think that is very important because the building stone of the church is always the local church. And when we come together on a global level, we always need to be reminded that this is the building stone. So that is also why it's important to come together and pray together and be in worship together. Then, of course, it's always a pain to once again recognize we can't celebrate and share the Holy Communion together. And that is a painful reminder in the midst of the joy of coming together.
So Sunday is a special day during the Assembly of the World Council of Churches. It's a day you go out and you attend a worship service in a tradition maybe which is not yours. Myself, I was also in a worship service. We did a transmission to the Swiss people, to the Swiss television, with also a Swiss, a French, and a German, Swiss, French, and German people preaching. So let me say just hello in French. Nous avons eu, nous aussi, pendant ce dimanche, un culte diffusé depuis une église de Karlsruhe, diffusé sur RTS2, la télévision suisse, le second programme avec notre présidente Rita Famos et d'autres prédicateurs qui nous ont honorés. Let's go now to the second story, churches, reconciliation and unity. We start with our dear and energetic Eugenio asking question, and we shall see what are the answers.
Our assembly theme is Christ's love moves the world to reconciliation and unity. But does the church in different countries work for reconciliation and unity? Watch this video.
Sri Lanka has undergone 30 years of war, and there is a lot of healing to be done within the different language groups and the religious groups. So this concept of reconciliation, unity that we are discussing has a direct relevance to the political and the economic challenges that we face in our country today, and especially to uplift the downtrodden due to the present economic crisis, bringing all communities together to work as one Sri Lankan to come out of the present predicament. So I personally feel that this particular theme is at the heart of our mission in Sri Lanka today.
Yes, when we talk about Christ's love, moving the community or moving the areas and pushing God to justice and reconciliation, we are talking about Christianity. We are talking about Christ's love that is helping us reconcile in families, among our children, in churches, and even in our spaces. Because Christ came that we may have life and have it abundantly, we need, as members of World Council of Churches, to express this as we work in communities, as we fight gender-based violence, as we fight gender inequities, as we fight HIV/AIDS, as we fight all sorts of forms that show that there is no justice among the communities. So this Christ love is pushing us further, is helping us reach out to these communities, expressing the love, caring for justice, and making sure that all the people in our communities experience this love and judged well and cared for.
Trabajando por la justicia, trabajando asimismo también por sectores muy vulnerables, trabajando de alguna manera con el cuidado, el respeto de la dignidad de las personas y el reconocimiento de los derechos humanos. Esta frase que hoy nos convoca en la Asamblea General del Consejo Mundial de Iglesia nos llama a poder seguir pensando y animándonos a seguir trabajando en esa unidad como iglesias en Argentina para el cuidado de la vida en su plenitud, tanto de los seres humanos como de la creación toda.
In Finland we do have a Sami minority, and we do have processes of reconciliation where we know non-Sami people seek forgiveness for those things we have done wrong in the past centuries. And it is very important that we listen to the voice of indigenous people. For instance, when we are in the middle of a climate crisis, and I think, and we all think that indigenous people, for instance in Finland, Sami people, they know something about the link between people and nature, that it's very important that we listen, and that for that instance it's very important that we are united with all the countries and all the people.
Well, I'm sure you feel the energy behind all these people, the energy of diversity. This is something one can feel just by walking along and enjoying all these new faces of friends from all over the world. J'espère que vous participez, vous voyez, vous captez aussi l'énergie, la belle énergie qui circule entre les gens, dans ces beaux visages qui s'expriment et qui disent leur engagement. Now we try something new for the WCC News. We try to have a link with someone here around. I hope it works. I'm sure it will. Sean, are you here? Where are you exactly?
Maybe somewhere around.
Somewhere around.
Somewhere around.
Sean, we try again. We can hope with all these new technologies to succeed in various attempts. Okay, Sean, you are here. Do you hear me? He does not. He's deeply thinking or praying or something.
Yeah, he's actually right now at the worship
yes,
tent.
please tell us where he is.
Yeah, he's at the worship tent, which is a few kilometers away from here, and we are just trying to connect with him. And he is also with some other ecumenical friends. So that was
the ecumenical friends. I know him. It's Mike. Mike is the head of the team who has prepared the worship So Mike is a very efficient, he's a reverend from the United States, I think.
Yeah.
And he's very efficient with preparing worshiping. He did the one of this morning, and he will, not tonight, because tonight it's confessional worshiping. So maybe you know, and if you do not, I can tell you, in the morning, it's a special worship. You can follow on live, of course. It's a worship.
I think for me personally, I was just thinking that with this, the entire hard day's work, like this worship tent is also a place to just, calm yourself down. Listen to some nice music.
It's true. There is always some music over there.
Yeah,
a little music or people repeating music.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see if Sean is, I don't know if while he's there, we will be able to have some kind of, celebration going around, but...
Well, the people repeat from the morning to the evening because as there are many prayer moments, many at least two every day, but two different with other choir, new musicians, and new songs as well. They have to repeat the songs.
Yeah, but if I talk about worship, what is your most favorite worship song? I mean, maybe it's hard to say, but like...
Oh, well, we hear so many... we had one yesterday. It's something like that.
Okay.
We had to sing it during the worship service, but it was very simple music. What is important is the rhythm who is taking you. And you?
Yeah. Mine is it's Oceans by Hillsong Worship. Can I also sing a little bit?
Oh, please, with pleasure if you dare.
Just like. You call me out upon the waters in deepest faith. My faith will grow, and there I call upon the mystery in oceans deep.
You have the opportunity to sing a song from Latin America, from North America.
Now I don't
Congratulations, and thanks a lot.
Yeah, we have
and
him.
this activity of praying and singing together allows us not only to share in each other's lives, but more importantly to share the gift of music with one another.
Yeah, that's powerful. That's powerful. Yeah, and you mentioned the element of the different cultures and countries that are sort of intertwined in the music here. Can you speak to the level of diversity and how, as the team who was composing, how the music is going to work? How did diversity play a part into it?
Well, the diversity has been a part of the whole process from the very beginning because the members of the Assembly Worship Planning Committee are very diverse. The Central Committee, in its wisdom, would have chosen persons representing all of the confessional families. They also, in putting the Assembly Worship Planning together, chose musicians and liturgical personnel also from across the world. So our music director is originally from Asia, but he is teaching and in charge of the music program at a seminary, a college in Canada. We have Orthodox, both Oriental and Eastern Orthodox on the Assembly Planning Committee. And we also were not only able to ensure that there were persons representing confessional families or regional families, but also musical styles. So that there were those, by virtue of being from Latin America, could bring the Latin American rhythm to the table. Those who could bring the North American, those who could bring the European. There's a member of the team who is from Ireland, and so Scotland, sorry, he would forgive me for saying he's from Ireland, from Scotland, who also brought his own Scottish element. We had a member from Japan. And so this very wonderful mix of musicians and liturgical persons was, I think, very key as we were putting things together. Our starting point was, of course, the assembly theme. Christ's love moves the world to reconciliation and unity. And we needed to unpack that and to ensure that we did not allow for any moment the use of the word love to simply be seen as it is tempted to be through the quote-unquote romantic lens. And so in order for us to get over that hurdle, we decided to focus on what we call the Jesus of the compassionate Jesus, the Jesus of history, the Jesus who walked the streets. There's Jesus who is the incarnate Christ.
Yes.
And to see how Jesus in the Gospels interacted with humanity. The woman at the well, the two brothers jostling for position of authority.
Yes.
The Jesus who had to contend with a woman who was not Jew asking for healing for her daughter. The Jesus engaging with Zacchaeus, a tax collector, not exactly the most reputable person.
Yeah.
And how did Jesus engage with him? And through all of these compassionate actions, we therefore see through the compassionate Jesus the love of Christ. And once we then got to that point, our goal then was to now choose songs that matched that theme, that highlighted the various, what we call anchor texts, and that was where we are today.
Thank you so much. And I think I can personally attest that I have been listening and witnessing some wonderful music, which has really touched my heart. It's very important, I think, as you mentioned throughout the assembly, that even though we will have, business plenaries and discussions that are very serious, we have a moment where we can come together and we can have no separation of culture or creed, but we have a moment where we can come together as an ecumenical body. So I think this is very important. Any parting words for our online audience?
Just continue to, for those who are not here and who are following us on various live streaming activities, we encourage you to continue to stay locked on to the live stream. I'm sure Walter will be very happy for me to give that plug for the communications department, who have been doing a wonderful job. And for those who are also not here with us, even as you log on and watch the live stream, whether it is our prayer or even an assembly, a business plenary, please be in prayer for us. And I think that will be my final word. Please continue to pray for us as we continue this journey in the 11th Assembly.
Powerful words. Thank you so much, Rev. We hand over back to you in the studio. Thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
We shall pray for you and pray with you, Mike. Can you finish your beautiful song, Anna?
Yeah, it's just like, because we have been talking about worship and singing, so I would just like, and now that Sean has asked us to pray for him, so it's the last verse is like, and I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. For I am yours, you are mine. It's about
Congratulations.
God's love.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Anna. So we continue with you for the last story. Sign the book of Karlsruhe. Tell us more about it.
Yeah, it was a very interesting experience to film this historic moment in the city of Karlsruhe at Rathaus, town hall in Marktplatz. And I remember that our leadership was there, signing that book. And I would like our viewers to see it for themselves, what we made. But one thing which I want to share is that this book is called The Golden Book of Karlsruhe. And some important, eminent personalities are asked to sign this book. And it has been there, having certain personalities, eminent personalities for the last 300 years. So it has a handmade inscription of the assembly logo and also the calligraphy of the names of our leaders who signed under that their names. So the viewers can see it for themselves.
Yeah, it's an invitation of the Lord Mayor. His name is Dr. Frank Mentrup.
Very happy to be the host. We wish the Assembly very good results. I have very good feelings about the Assembly, and we are very happy to have all the participants here in our city. It is a special spirit the participants bring to our city, and they get in contact with our citizens, and it is a wonderful atmosphere in our streets, and also a very strong conference. And so I think it is a fantastic event, and it is a historical opportunity for Karlsruhe to be the host of this very important assembly.
The leadership of the Central Committee of the World Council of Churches meeting here in Karlsruhe at the 11th Assembly of the World Council of Churches after the World Council of Churches began in its first assembly in 1948. And there were all these questions about Germany in 1948. But Germany came to the assembly in 1948 and was included as a part of the beginning of the World Council of Churches. And here we are now, these 74 years later, and we are here in Karlsruhe, Germany, and we are sharing together in partnership, and we're looking at the world now and how to give guidance and care to the world in the days to come. And as we sign this book, it is a real partnership. It is a partnership of the Christian community and the Christians from all over the world who are a part of the World Council of Churches, in partnership with the Christians who are from Germany, who are also member churches and very, very committed to the World Council of Churches and what we are all about. And it signs that we are together with the people of Karlsruhe and the religious leadership and the secular leadership here in this part of Germany as they meet with us and we meet with them.
The mayor explained that this is the golden book where personalities which visit Karlsruhe are invited to sign. I don't think they meant us as personality, but the WCC Assembly. It's a big event. And since we represented the leadership of the Assembly, we were asked to sign in the book among those personalities who visited Karlsruhe. I just realized that both for the town of Karlsruhe and for Germany, having the Assembly here is a historical event. And this was marked by signing the Golden Book.
Partnership. This is the key word. We are in a world where we have to build partnerships. Thank you, Anam, for this nice topic that was from yesterday, right?
Yeah, thank you.
Yesterday and today and tomorrow we are here to serve you and offer you the best what our team can do. Thanks to our online team. They work hard. It was a pleasure to be with you. See you later today for the evening prayer. Bye-bye.
Bye.